Here today, we're talking about the essential information question type on the reading portion of the TOEFL exam. This question type is tricky and will require careful reading of all the answer choices and the prompt sentence to make sure that you do it correctly. We do have some strategies available so that you can tackle this kind of question and feel confident and ready to go. For the exam, you'll find that you could have more than one of these per passage, or you might have a passage with none of this type of question. So it's better to be prepared since you're not sure what you're going to end up with. What they're asking you to do is take a look at this prompt sentence and pick out which one of these answer choices best explains the essential information from that sentence. The correct answer will retain the original meaning of the sentence and contain all of the essential information that it holds. So let's talk about our 3 strategies for handling this type of question. Our first strategy is you need to understand the type of sentence. This is going to be placed in a passage. So you need to understand what job it holds. What relationship do the ideas have to the sentence itself and to the passage? So let's read the prompt sentence. The theory is based on the assumptions that life developed from non-life and progressed and evolved in an indirect manner. So here we have an explanation sentence talking more about Charles Darwin's theory because we're coming off of that passage. Understanding the type of sentence allows you to know what you're dealing with here and to make sure whatever type of sentence this is, whatever the answer choice that you choose, should be the same general type. Strategy number 2 tells you to find synonyms and keywords and to paraphrase. So you want to pull out the keywords or ideas from the prompt sentence, and if you aren't sure what they mean, assign them simple synonyms so you can understand the meaning, and then paraphrase the prompt sentence so that you're able to know exactly what you're looking for and what key information it holds. So let's pull out our key information from the prompt sentence. This theory is based on assumptions, life developed from non-life, and progressed and evolved indirectly. So we have the theory and its basis assumes that life grew from non-life and then it progressed and evolved indirectly. So if we were to paraphrase our prompt sentence simply, we would say non-life led to life, and it grew and changed indirectly from that point. Let's move on to strategy number 3, our third and final strategy. Strategy 3 says compare and contrast all answers to double check your answer. So remember that these will all seem similar and there's likely to be one that will seem very similar to you. One way that you can make sure that you've got the right answer is comparing and contrasting the different options to make sure that yours is truly the best option. So let's go through some of these choices together. A says the theory of evolution is founded on evidence that non-organic compounds are the basis of life developed in an unguided way. So are we able to pull some of our keywords? We have the theory, it's founded on evidence that non-organic, which is a synonym or another way of saying non-life, compounds are the basis of life developed in an unguided way. Unguided is a synonym for indirect. There is one issue here. Assumptions and evidence are 2 different words. So we've got synonyms for the other words here, but assumptions and evidence cannot be used as synonyms because assumption is just making an assumption of something while evidence is based on fact. So therefore, we can eliminate answer choice A. Let's look at B. Based on certain assumptions, we can prove that evolution occurs in all living and non-living entities. This is probably our easiest one to throw away because even though we have assumptions here, we also have prove, but theory in its most basic definition is the opposite of proven. It means it's just an assumption that we have or a thought. It's not been proven. And we don't have anything about all living and non-living entities. So this one we can just throw right away. C, according to Darwin, if we assume that life at its origin was created from non-organic compounds and developed in an unguided manner, his theory holds true. So if we assume, we can transfer with assumptions, and that works fine. Life at its origin, life at its beginning before it developed, was created from non-organic compounds from non-life. Developed, which is another way of saying progressed. Unguided manner, which is another way of saying indirect. So we can't eliminate answer choice C quite yet because our synonyms are all balancing out quite nicely. And answer choice C says, due to the controversy, it is hard to make assumptions about the theory of evolution. Well, similar to answer choice B, this one's a pretty quick delete. We don't have anything about controversy in this sentence. Even though the passage itself does mention controversy, that's not what this question is asking you to do. And it's not saying that it's difficult to make assumptions. It's just talking about what those assumptions are. So therefore, we can delete answer choice D, leaving us with our answer choice C. So we've gone through, and by double checking and comparing and contrasting each of the answers with our answer, we can be very confident that we have arrived at the correct choice. Now remember, when you are working with essential information questions on your exam, take your time. It can be very easy to look at, say, answer choice A was so close to being correct, but it just wasn't quite there. And they're going to give you at least one choice like that in each of these types of questions. So use that knowledge and use our strategies of 1, understanding the type of sentence and its relationship. 2, finding synonyms and keywords and paraphrasing the prompt sentence. And 3, comparing and contrasting all answer choices to double check your answer, and you'll arrive at the correct answer successfully.